Yeah, this is another episode of Talks with KG. And this episode, we head straight to the east side, Locketa to be exact, with my bad brother, Jazzy Blaze.
You ready to elaborate on that bad, eh?
Huh?
You ready to elaborate on that bad, boy?
Nah, well, more than all thing you do, brother, right? You don't know.
Okay, okay. You good?
Yeah, there, you know, you see on the podcast, so as I say, you know, I trying the thing.
I admire what you do.
You know, yeah.
Admire what you do.
You know, and I had to come and interview, you know.
I appreciate that.
Because I believe that you would no hold back by one.
For sure.
You would keep it real, for sure.
Most definitely.
You know, and that is always appreciated in the art form. You know, the artists them who know how to keep it real.
Okay.
You know, so I say let we do our thing and see what I go on.
All right.
Right?
Shoot away. I'm here.
So before we get into anything too deep and whatnot, you know, we have a lot of things to touch on. But I want to start with your journey as Jazzy Blaze. You know, because I know you. The first time I ever see Jazzy Blaze on any kind of platform, I think was the song that you did with Studio 53.
My time. I'm sure Vision.
My Time Will Come. That was the first time I ever saw you. I was like, who's this youth, boy? This youth have our vibes, you know, and these were the days when Studio 53, this was after the glory days.
Yeah.
You know, when the name was probably dying out a little bit and people was trying to see what would have come out of Studio 53.
Yeah, that project, you know,
was
a very big one in the sense of how much artists they had on the
a lot of I was on that rhythm, all kind
correct,
of thing.
Correct, is right. We come from that.
Yeah. But that song, My Time Will Come, that was your first
release.
Ever release.
Yeah.
But before that, you've been singing. Like
I've been doing singing and performing on stage performance.
Where your musical life starts, like
as an artist?
No, just on the whole, like
music on the whole.
Yeah, like.
Well, boy, how to put it, boy? Our cousin used to tell my mom, like especially when I was much younger, like about between 2 or 4 years old. He used to tell my mom, hey, don't put him in school.
Yeah.
Put him in theater at school or something.
Yeah.
Because always like a sort of gimmick thing. Always, and the thing is, at that young age, I used to sing songs word for word now, boy. So they used to find like, you know, now he's different, and on top of that, I singing with that performance, I whining along the place and in my jockey shorts.
Oh God.
So the singing, the love for music had to start from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And reaching into primary school, singing in choirs, going to church right out the road there by the Nazarene church. I used to sing in the choir in church as one of the youngest. You know what I mean? So I had always like the singing. Always love to be a part of music. Right? It grew when I went to secondary school, I believe. Because I do
what secondary school you went?
Trinity in Marval,
Mocha.
As a old Mocha man.
Jazzy's a Trinity boy.
Yeah, old Mocha man.
Trinity boy.
Yeah. I believe the love for
So you was a bright boy?
I still a bright boy. It was as past tense. I still a bright boy.
So you was a man always serious into your academics.
Especially primary school. Coming on to the last stages, the teacher I had at that time, he never used to play. He was over strict. He used to beat the shit out of you. He used to come, you, like your name is Khalif. You, Khalif, stand up, 8 timetables. And everyone you get wrong, you get 4. You understand? So you're trying to make sure you're on top of your game every morning. And he give you that drive to always push. I was always thankful for that. I thank him up to today when we sitting down and we taking a drink, he's still lying. Like one thing, I'm a primary school teacher. So he give me that drive to be serious, and as I say, when I reach secondary school, that is when it grew now. You understand? And I find pan.
Right.
And I didn't like to drum because when I was in primary school, I started doing martial arts. It's an African Brazilian martial art now, boy. So it's plenty music. Capoeira is plenty music. You have to learn to sing. You have to sing the songs. You have to play instruments. You have to learn to play instruments.
Yeah.
So you don't have a choice. Music was always around.
Yeah.
Like put it like that, boy, brother.
Yeah.
And when I went to Trinity, I started playing pan and drumming and doing little plays and things in school. You know how this go?
Yeah.
I entered Calypso competition once. You know, we come fourth.
Right.
Right? Me and my brethren, we entered together. And who come third? Olatunji.
Right.
Olatunji went Trinity too.
Same time with you.
Yeah, he come third in Calypso competition in school.
Yeah.
But I always used to play Panorama Music Festival.
Yeah. Who used to play for any Panorama?
I played with a couple of bands. The first band I ever played with was Valley Haps.
Yeah.
That was in Pity Valley. But Junior Panorama, Trinity and Bishops used to join up.
Yeah.
Trinity and Bishops down in town was, well, it's our brother and sister school. So we always used to join up and play pan with them for Panorama. Right? I play with City Sun Valley on Nelson Street. Boy, Gary Stricker Pan school when I was still going to school. So, you know, Pan.
Right, Pan was,
the singing thing in school with a choir in secondary school, you ain't going to see me, you know, all boys
choir. Yeah.
It was a scene now, but in an all boys choir. I mean, the kind of fatigue you're getting in school for being in an all boys choir, you really want to set up talk with that. So I just used to play pan. Pan had girls, so we go and play pan.
Correct.
You understand? And the singing was always there because, as I say, in primary school, I used to go youth club, police youth club. Going up a police youth club, not too far from here.
Right.
And they had talent show. And they said, you know, come up with your talent and whatnot. And I studied boy what to go and sing.
Right.
At that time, Million Voice and I Sasha. Well, them living right opposite from me. I could literally walk out my house and hit I Sasha a big stone from right here. And
big up Sasha.
Big up Sasha, same way. At that time, Sasha used to sing in Party Time.
Right.
You can remember that show?
Of course, yeah.
Right? We as youth men, primary school, young, watching that show and seeing all the different talents, he dancing, he singing and whatnot. I Sasha them used to sing in Party Time. And I believe at that time 2 million probably used to guide them with the writing. I just didn't know that. Probably my mother knew before.
Right.
So she told me, she said, hey, go and ask Kevin to write a song for you. And I asked him and he write a song for me and we come first in any talent show now, boy.
Right.
So that was everybody knowing Jazzy could have sing.
Right.
You know what I mean? When I leave secondary school, no, I didn't leave yet. I was repeating Form 5. I Sasha did now bus. But don't you know?
So this was all 2000 and what?
5,
3, 4.
2006.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, 2005, 2006. Around that time. Yeah. Sasha had now walking out this, well, not this gate, but I was now walking out the gateway. And he telling me, hey, go and turn on your radio 98. So I run back inside and that song did now jump. And then I realized, wait now. My brethren from right over the road, where just go online, smoke weed, eat food, lie down and sleep there. He's singing and he's a big star.
Yeah, big star.
Because listen, when Don't You Know drop,
Come on.
I mean, all the rest of them artists and them, well, not all the rest of them, how much of them the boss side? Like Prophet, Malanasha, Jam Melody, them was the three first that come out. And when Sasha dropped Don't You Know, that was
Pandemonium.
a big thing. And it was a big thing for La Hocketa too.
Correct.
It was a big thing for me. He just didn't know now. So I tell myself, boy, I will give it a try.
Right.
I went and I asked Million again to write a little song for me. And that was my first song there. Positive, that's the name of the song.
Right.
He said you want to do something positive, the name of the song is Positive. And that was that. The love for wanting to sing as an artist start from right there over in our gallery.
Right.
Over by Sasha.
That's I Sasha Million Voice.
That is where it started.
Yeah.
That is the most I could tell you. It keep growing day by day after that until I get verse enough to do what I could do now. Right? But a whole I Sasha, especially Million Voice, fully responsible for giving me that guidance, them teachings, and most importantly, love now. That love was always there from small corner. Enough people know Million Voice was a barber. Right? And since I small, I trim by Million Voice. I gain up early in the morning, walk straight over the road. Tell mommy, daddy morning, I go straight in Million room. shake him up. He's 5 years old. Shake him up. Hey, I first.
Yeah.
I gave him a trim.
Right.
So that is where I always had to thank God for sending them brothers and them in my life.
For sure.
If it wasn't for them, nobody would now know who Jazzy Blaze is today.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact.
No, for real. So, as you say, you're living amongst Sasha and Million Boys. From a youth, you're watching them. You being inspired because you seeing these fellas singing this thing and getting
stardom very
living
quick.
opposite you. You know, and you seen that firsthand. He started to write songs for you, as you say. Which day was the day when you end up in the studio now? Because you didn't have no music all day. You had no recorded music, so you're just writing songs and in competitions. But how Jazzy reach in Studio 53 now?
But through I Sasha them again, you know, and Short Boss.
Right.
Right? Jabari Winchester. Right? The rhythm had no drop on the scene. Like, it didn't release as yet, obviously. It now drop on everybody playing at home there as an instrumental and thing now. I asked Sasha, you know, always he sing with this rhythm. I said, boy, I trying hard to at least get on one rhythm.
Yeah, but why they never, how come they never say Jazzy, let me go in the studio? Like, what was stopping that
at that point in time?
Because I mean, the studio in Locketa, you know, there's a man singing, you hear little vibes. How come it wasn't happening at that time? Why nobody was saying, like, go in the studio, Jazzy?
Go in the studio? Yeah, at that time, boy, KG, boy, as I say, I grew up around Million. People don't know the impact that brother have on my life. Even in his passing, he still have an impact in my life now. I was always a humble youth, man. I was never really pushy.
Right.
I mean, attention, I never had to demand too much attention, even from my parents. Right? Million used to do his part when it comes to like learning how to write songs and even stand up behind a mic and record. Because he had a little home setup where he used to learn, he teach himself to build beats and whatnot. Right? So Million used to, you know, do his part. When it comes to Sasha now, Sasha at that point in time, remember, he kick off in such a way where it's all of the islands, them fellas and them touring. So he always busy. You know what I mean? So he probably didn't see it fit at that time to carry me in a studio and record. It's only up until some night we was liming over the far bedroom birthday and the car was playing music and then everybody just round the circle, they just freestyling round the circle. All who could sing coming forward and sing. Men who I didn't even know could have sing coming forward and it reached to me. And I licked the little one song where I did write with Million right for me. And people like, well, Jazz could sing, boy. Enough people just didn't know that. Only people who personally know me. But everybody who was around that night were like, but Jazz could sing, boy. So, you know, I know at that time he might be stand up and watch that and say, all right, thing whatever. And it was a Christmas night. I'll never forget that. He called me. I was down St. James. Oh no, I was down by my aunt and Lyman in Digo. And he called me. He said, hey, you're going to perform down Separia tonight. Come and go. Then come and bust up your mouth. So I went down, bust up my mouth in a Rastaman party. Get a little crowd response. Start, you know, a Rastaman tell me I hot like piss. I never hear that in my life. I never hear that in my life, Dan. But when with the show version, I remember going enough time down in Studio 53 to ask to record. And they keep telling me, pass back. Pass back. And as I Sasha call out me, you know me, I don't cover for my mom. Sasha call Kwesi and properly cuss up his cat. You understand? And them know I send in my little brother down the road to record that song. And that is why I went and I leave. Right here I walk again to Studio 53. From here to Studio 53 is hard to walk, brother. About a nice 15-20 minutes. I reached, I went and I recorded my first song. And from there, that was it. Dan, that was the first time I say I hear you. So basically, I hear your first song that you record. You know, and from since then, I start to, you know, observe your grind and start to see you doing your thing. And
growing from strength to strength to strength to strength. Now, you start to come into the industry now. Now you're Jazzy Blaze. And you start to basically par with Sasha and Million Voice and King David and them. And you start to see how they're performing and that kind of vibes, right? So I was doing the interview with Jelano the other day, and he mentioned one thing. He talked about your composure now on the stage.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, because that's something I noticed about you from a long time. I always be like, Jazzy, well composed on a stage now.
On a stage.
Where you learn that from? Like,
School.
where Jazzy learned that?
After they naturally being an ass, and
Right.
when we talking shit on the block,
You
it's eye on the
comfortable,
fly.
so basically, you comfortable with being in the spotlight.
Yeah,
when they
cool.
put Jazzy in the spotlight, Jazzy comfortable.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so it's
And
good day.
big man thing, even sometimes before when I go on a stage, I just be a little nervous.
You be nervous?
A little.
For what though? Like why you
Because and it's depending on the crowd too.
Yeah.
If it's like last performance I had in front of a big crowd was for Pavement Live.
nervous? Yeah.
Right, and it's a song, you know, you're fresh in the industry as a soca, well, doing a little soca.
Yeah.
And you're going out there in front of a big fucking crowd, so
That's
you don't know
people
what
and
you don't
all
know what
kind
kind of response you're going to get now, boy.
Right.
So I was a little nervous now.
Yeah.
But from the time it has always been as I grab that mic and I like talking that mic and that mic clear to me.
Yeah.
That is
it.
all nervousness
Just forget about
breakdown.
everything.
Yeah, I
Because
go on
now
a
you have
stage
to prove yourself.
yeah, I coming out
and
later, you know, shell.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but it started from school days, always being on stage. Whether it's singing for Calypso in school, doing gymnastics, back in them days, capoeira, it had plenty stage performance. We was the youngest in the class, so we always used to get that spotlight.
Right.
Pan, stage, right? And then to singing.
Yeah.
Stage. I won that. I don't much up with attention, but when it comes to reaching on that stage, that is where I want that attention. That's the only time I want attention in my life.
On stage.
On the stage, brother. I want a whole crowd on me.
Yeah.
And I just I'm dying to have just one song. I could just hear the whole crowd sing.
What kind of song?
It doesn't matter. Whatever the people want, whatever them hear from me and them like, and the whole crowd going and sing that shit, I gonna enjoy that. I might cry.
Yeah. But you wouldn't want it to be reggae, because reggae is not like your first choice. What is your first choice?
I would.
Because people know Jazzy Blaze as a reggae artist,
Yeah, I
right?
would love for it to be reggae.
Yeah.
But it have other people, as I say, would expect something else.
Yeah.
Look like Super Blue. Super Blue just tell anybody when we bounce up, he say, hey, I want he to bust singing a soca.
Yeah.
You see, because I know if he bust singing on that reggae or dancehall, he ain't going to part of soca again.
Yeah.
He said, but I want he bust on a soca because he know what he does seen. He said, Jazzy, I watch you from the start to, he know me since I small. So he watched me from the start to where I is now. I mean, I keep a couple events already where Super Blue was a part of and all.
Dog, I remember that time, I called Jazzy. I said, I come check it. I can't remember what it was for. Some video we go and shoot or something. I think this was the first time I come by here in St. James. Yeah. It's the first time I probably come by in St. James. And I just go on by Jazzy. I pack up my car, jump out, walking in thing. And as soon as I bust the door, I see Super Blue. Just sit down in Jazzy house. Not the first time, No, before this, I never even see Super Blue in my life. You understand? So I never see Super Blue. I just see Super Blue on TV and Soca Monarch, and Super Blue's a legend to me. I watch this and he's a legend. And I crack Jazzy door and Super Blue just did. Rock back normal. You understand? I say, way boy Jazzy are wrong. Like,
enough people.
How you could just be around a legend like Super Blue. And it's like,
Super Blue, but if you all know his history, part of his life he lived St. James.
Yeah.
And St. James is where my mother from, my father from. So I always used to be down there. And at a point in time I still live there. I still live down there on and off, depending on the work. And Super Blue and my father and my uncle were very best of friends. Right? My uncle passed away a couple of years ago. And like since that I was not wrong now. I see Super regularly for about 2 years, going on 3 years now. I never see him. But I grew up on Lockport Street right there, seeing everything and around, and he always used to be around my uncle and my father. And he always used to tell me, he said, and I owe a lot to your father and your uncle. You know what I mean? So anything I could do for you, whatever in my power, within my reach, I will do for you. So Super Blue always around since I started.
So he's a man, he's a real mentor you through the music,
yeah,
right?
of course. Super, Super, as I say, he always want me to do soca now, boy. I said, Super, if I do in soca, I don't want to do no regular soca, like everybody looking to port. I want to do something, substance, a flavor, something that will last now, boy. And the only people I really see give music that lasted was all you. I said, you don't even know how I have you down in my books. I said, and it had nobody could have win from me like you.
Like Super Blue.
You know what I mean? He said, Jazzy, you just give me the respect I don't even deserve.
He think he don't deserve it.
Yeah, he think he don't even deserve it, but I say, Super,
you don't even know.
You don't even know how much I rate you and how high I you down. So you
always... What is the greatest thing he ever tell you? Like, what is the greatest advice Super Blue ever give you?
The best business of any business is to leave people business alone. And if by chance you're looking for interest, find one and make it your business to mind your own.
Real talk.
Yeah, I just remember that line like yesterday. He just make sure and stamp that. The best business of any business is to leave people business alone. And if by chance you're looking for interest, find one, then make it a business to mind your own.
That's a real thing. That's a real thing. Well, let me just take a break, brother. And we'll come in and we'll talk about some
deep shit.
You know now, but yeah. We have some things to talk about. Right?
I don't know.
Bo. Cheers.